It's loading. Do you see it? Do you see now?
Yeah.
Good. There is what?
No God.
No God, right? Okay. Remember this Romans 1:19? That people in their mind, they said, let me see. For although that knew God, they did not honor him as God or give thanks to him, but they become fertile in the thinking. Okay? So people choose, say there's no God. Why? Because you see that naturalism, in philosophy, naturalism is the idea or belief that only nature, as opposed to supernatural or spiritual law and force, operate in the universe. So that is their preassumption that said there's no God. You see that? Okay? They say already there is no God. It's not like they try to say, oh, must be a God, or maybe, maybe not. No. They already, the approach already say there is no God, only nature. All right? So you see, when you see a universe, there's big contrast here. The Bible says in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, right? In the beginning, God. But for naturalism, they said, in the beginning, the cosmos. Carl Sagan, he already passed away, but he was very popular in the TV show. Every day he has a TV show. And the beginning is like it show all these oceans, star, and he will show up and they said, the cosmos is all that there is, ever was, and ever will be. And we are, in the most profound sense, children of cosmos. Wow, sounds like a preacher, right? And that is, indeed it is. He is. Every time he preached about it. He passed away now, Bill Nye. I don't know if anybody know this guy, called the science guy, and he is doing the same as Carl Sagan. Remember a few years ago, he did a Bill Nye and Ken has debate. If you have time, you can Google that, 2 hours long. You can learn a lot from that. Even the children's book. Do you read anything about Bernstein? And the children's book also is all that is, or was, or ever will be. So if you go everywhere, movies, museum, Disney, this idea is everywhere. Okay, so when we say this battle is not science versus Bible, it's really a worldview. Okay, it's an idea. There's no God, there is God. Okay, it's already at the beginning, already set. Let me ask you, if my phone is a fossil, it exists where? Now, future, past?
Neither.
Huh?
No.
You should know,
No.
Jeffrey.
You should.
You did this before? You asked this.
So it exists where?
It's
Past,
a trick question.
Past, present, or future?
I think it's present.
Yeah, because I'm holding it now, right?
Yeah.
I'm holding it now, so it's present. Yeah. So it's more like how you're going to interpret it. Like you look at is it called CSI? Is it the movie, the crime scene, right? It's called CSI. You look at the detective, they go to the crime scene and then try to collect all this evidence and to figure out who killed who, right? Those evidence are in the present, right? So they try to figure out what happened before. Same thing. Fossil, all the evidence exists now, okay? So now we just kind of try to see how did it came upon, okay? So it's really a worldview, an idea to look at the past, all right? So we can look at the evolutions. Of course, you see that I believe all the life on Earth evolved over millions of years from a few common ancestors. You see that? I believe. Was Darwin there? Is he there millions of years ago, Jeffrey? Was Darwin there?
No.
No, right? So he also tried to guess. He tried to use his theory to prove, all right? So that's in the books that Darwin was first committed to the philosophy of naturalism. Oh, and then thought a theory to justify it scientifically, okay? And actually, all the scientists, that's what they try to do, right? They first tried to find assumption and then try to use experimental or other things to prove what their assumption is correct. And that's something, okay. But what we call those sciences can be duplicated in the laboratory. But evolution is no way to reduplicate. It's just an idea to explain about past, okay? So you all know he wrote this book, The Origin of Species, and that profoundly changed the view, because before Darwin, nobody think, no way people would explain this way. Everybody, all this civilization, they all have some sort of the creation legend. Nowhere that's by evolving, okay? So he is really produced a new idea. So we talk about this macro and micro. What is difference? What is, this is micro, okay? Change within a population, okay? Dog, different dog, still dog. Bear, you have different type of bears, but still bear. But because environment changed, they adapted to the environment. So there are some change they call microevolution, which we can see it, okay? We agree with that. But Darwin pushed further. He said, wow, if within a kind, a species can do that change, then if you have enough time, then you can have change from small one to big one, all right? So, and in order to change, you need to have a mutation. But interestingly is that if you introduce a typing error into a report, a writing, it's not likely to improve the report, right? Mutation is some typo, some error, right? And they try to do the fruit fly. Because fruit fly can change very quickly in 5 days, and then they keep on stimulate, do some mutation, and it's on getting worse. They never produce better fruit flies. And so this idea just could not work in the laboratory. So you see, Genesis said, God created everything according to their kinds. Cat is cat, dog is dog. All right. So you all know this, I already mentioned part of it already, right? From evolution is from a cell to person. How? How can from the cell to person? Jeffrey. Or anybody.
It evolves into like more complex creatures until it reaches.
Turn your video on, please. Turn your video on. So depend on what? What is the term they use in the evolution? Nature selection. What else? Mutation. And times, right? And lots of time, lots of time, millions of years, right? No wonder they said that John MacArthur, time is the hero of all the evolution theory. Without time, no way it's going to happen. But interestingly, now we have a computer, and you can use computer to simulate, run it very quick, and see will that happen. And actually, indeed, that's what they try to do. but the computer showed that the probability of evolution by chance process is essentially zero, no matter how long the time scale. And that's is in people try to do. Okay, before they say, oh, you need a lot of time. Okay, but we don't have a lot of time. But now with a computer, you can do the simulation. You can just let it run millions of years, but never come out that theory. Okay, never prove that, even within the computer model. All right, how old is the universe? Anybody? Michael.
Billions of years.
What am I supposed to say?
According to evolution, okay.
13.8 billion.
That's it?
Yeah.
Longer. Universe.
Universe, 13.8 billion. That's what.
Oh, yeah. You're right. I look at the Chinese one, sorry. Okay. How about Earth?
4.6.
Oh, you look at my notes, right? We had already. Huh?
What?
Oh, you Googled it?
No.
Oh. Okay. 4.5 billion years. All right. And just see the life earliest is 4 billions. The human being 2.8. Wow, that's long time. How did it come up? How did it come up with the year? And why people believe it? You know, just give you a billions of years, millions of years, and people, oh yeah. How? You gotta have a way to calculate, right? Actually, again, look at the assumption. Before, people always assume this is how do you pronounce the word? Someone help me. Michael, how do you pronounce the word?
Catastrophicism.
Okay,
I
thank
don't know.
you. The theory that the Earth has largely been shaped by sudden short-lived violent events, possibly worldwide in scope, and which means the global flood. Okay, so the flood totally changed the environment. A big violent thing happened. All right, but then people say, no, I don't like that. I want to have a new theory called uniformitarianism. That means that the forces at work in nature are essentially fixed and constant. Again, this is assumption, okay? All right, people try to say, okay, I'm gonna assume for billions of years, the nature force, how they work in our universe, that is fixed and constant, all right? And the first one, this guy, James Hutton, he's the one to put this idea into geology, okay? The founder of modern geology. The Earth is much older than most people thought, okay? Because before his time, nobody think it's like billions of years. But he's going to come up with a new idea. Charles Lyell, his disciples wrote this book, Principle of Geology, and he said what? He wanted to free the science from Moses. Means people try to find an idea to replace Bible, all right? Because isn't it interesting? Only Bible talk about the origin of the universe. No other religion talk about it, okay? Only Bible. So of course, people going to free from the Bible. That's his idea. And what? Charles Darwin bought the book with him when he go on the trip. What I try to point out is the idea has a consequence, okay? One idea going to influence idea, and people want to find a new theory to replace God, all right? They want to find, Michael, where are you from? Don't tell me you're from your mom and dad, okay? I want you tell me, where are you from? Tell me.
Monkey, I don't know.
Okay, as long as you don't say you're from your mom and dad, okay? All right? That's exactly what people try to do. Okay. I talk about this, right? So how they calculate the time? By carbon dating, right? By radiometric dating. They always have some assumption. right? They assume the half-life rate never changed, okay? They assume in this closed system, and it sounds good, sounds like work. Hi, Jeremy, all right? So if I'm cutting this apple, you come in, you saw I'm cutting this in 1 minute. 1 minute, finish the apple. And that's 19 there, already been peeled. How long I was there already? How long? Michael? Hello? How long?
I don't know.
Calculate. You show me cut 1 apple for 1 minute, and there's 19 in my basket. How long I was there?
I don't know because
19.
Okay,
I don't know. You could have cut them.
19 minutes.
19 and plus 20. Why? Why you say 19?
Wait, can you repeat everything?
You come into the room. You saw I peeled the apple.
Yeah.
Took me 1 minute. Okay, and then
Okay.
you see, oh, in my basket there's already 19 apple been peeled. So how long I was there?
19.
Plus 1, right? If you want to, right? Is that true?
I
You
mean,
agree? Everybody agree?
sure.
Huh? Why you come up with 20 minutes? Why?
The time it takes for you to put in the apples.
All right, you assume I always cut it in the same speed, right?
Yeah.
That's the assumption. That sounds very scientific, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to question the assumption. How do you know? How do you know I always peel 1 apple in 1 minute? How do you know?
We don't know.
You weren't there, right?
Yeah.
You didn't see how I peeled the 19 apples. It wasn't there. Maybe at the beginning, I have a lot of energy. I can just do it very quick. When you came in, I'm very tired. Do it slowly. Or at the beginning, I don't know how to peel it. Took me for a long time. But when you came in, oh, I do it very good. You see?
Yeah.
Within your assumptions, sounds very scientific. You can calculate it. But you got to think about it. Is assumption correct? Okay?
Good.
So what's missing? All right. What's missing? Give you a choice. A, B, C, D. Lucy, what's your choice?
I already know the answer though.
Okay, Jeremy, who doesn't know? Let me pick one. Let me pick. For those who never heard this, who's there? Oh, okay, what's there? How about Jenny? Is Jenny there?
Yeah.
Okay, which one you assume? A or B or C or D? It's hard to, huh?
B.
B? Okay.
F.
Good guess. How about Evan? What do you think?
I think it's E.
Good guess. Jeremy, which one do you
I
pick?
don't know.
I pick B.
B? Most
Yeah.
B, right? Because you say, oh, that's what missing, right? Pick B. But how about my answers? No, nothing is missing.
Yeah,
All right? I draw it that way. I tricked you. Okay? You see that? And that's exactly what evolution is trying to ask you. Say, oh, there must be something missing. All right? But no, God created that way. Never have a missing link. But they try so hard to find a missing link. And think about it. If that evolution is true, we should see everywhere people have something, isn't it? Right? We can see these people evolving, or animal, tree, everything evolving, everything. But why we didn't see it? Nothing is missing. Then you got, there are two types of science. Actually, the first one is not really science, right? Historical science is a historical science deal with the origin, the unseen past, and unobserved past events. So actually, this is not, cannot be say this. This is like you just try to figure out, okay? Because you cannot duplicate. All right. I would say same thing. The creation you cannot duplicate. You cannot, Michael. You cannot go back to your mom's womb and then come out again, right? You cannot. Okay. But luckily, we can see newborn baby. All right. Even you can see your own birth. You can see your siblings' birth. Or Lucy, lucky you get to see. Were you there when your sister and brother was born?
I wasn't
Very young, right?
room.
Yeah. Okay. You know they are not from street. You know
Yeah.
they are not from monkey, right, Lucy?
In the room.
Yeah. You see the
For
right?
sure, for sure.
Okay. And then there's operational science. Everybody can do that, and I hope you do it well. Okay. You how to build an airplane, how to build a cell phone. All right. That's called operational science. Now we have no question about that. You can repeat that. You can do in the lab. All right. Any questions so far? All right. So I'm going to quickly go through different view of the creation. We went through the evolutions idea, all right? And then we look at the, okay. So we call young earth, or biblically, literally, okay? 24 hours, right? That's how you read the Bible. You say, oh, about earth is about 6,000 years, right? Now people think you're talking about fairy tale. This is crazy, right? So there's another one called Old Earth, okay? They read the first chapter of the Genesis like this allegory, okay, figuratively, right? This way, they can agree with evolution, say, oh, the Earth is about 4.5 billion years. Again, why they talk about that? Because they accept the theory of evolution. They accept the theory the Earth is old, and they try to fit into the Bible, okay? Only the first one try to read it directly from the Bible. The other view, they already accept, oh, the earth is so long, then how are we going to interpret the Bible? Okay, so of course, you just say, that's not real. That's just figuratively, not 24 hours. Another one, even more clever, is called gap theory. Okay, what does it mean in gap? Verse 1 and verse 2, that's a gap. Okay, in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. That's first creation. And what happened in between? Today we talk about Lucifer, right? Now you know Lucifer, right? Who is Lucifer? Evan, who is Lucifer? Lucifer. Who is that?
Satan.
Jeffrey. Huh?
Satan.
Satan, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So in between, that's a gap because Satan, the fallen angel, caused the problem in the world. So that's why I have a fossil. All right. And then starting from from verse 2, that's God's second creation. All right. Wow. So clever, right? You see, human beings so clever can try to just read the Bible and to fix the world. I say, but Bible, no problem, no problem. I'll show you. There's a gap in between. Okay. All right. This one even more clever. Feel these evolutions. Whoa, God can use evolution, right? Okay. So unfortunately, a lot of church believe that. Catholic Church, Lutheran Church, Episcopal Church, many Christian Jews, they all take this. So this way, say, don't worry, be happy. Evolution is okay. We take it because God used that. But remember, Darwin specifically said, no, I think Darwin will get so upset and angry. No way. I invented this evolution is to try to prove God it doesn't exist. And you Christians are so smart. You say, oh, God used evolution. No way. Okay. Well, unfortunately, some scientists that believe that. Okay. I read somewhere, okay, he believed in this, okay, Francis Collins, but he mapped the DNA, okay, so he's very well known and respect, but he believed God uses evolutions, right? Then this also very popular and called in ID, intelligent design, is very we can learn a lot from that, okay? The very popular that said if you go on the street, you go on the beach, wow, last week I went to the beach, and you on the beach, you find a HTC phone, a beautiful HTC phone, okay? Not iPhone, HTC phone. What do you think? Is that evolved by itself? Evan?
What?
What? If you walk on the beach and you pick up a cell phone,
Yeah.
would you think this cell phone is evolved by itself?
No.
No. If it's, oh, who made that? Apple made that. Oh, HTC made it, right?
Yeah.
But then that's why William Paley, he said, use ideas that if you pick up the clock, watch on the beach, you won't say that's by evolution, right? But then you look at yourself, every day you look at the mirror, you look at all these creatures, so complicated. Then why you think that's by evolution? Must have someone designed because systems so complicated, okay? So we see this everywhere, right? The distance between sun and the moon and all these stars, why they always just right? If we are closer to the sun, we got burned. If we were further away, we are frozen. But why it's always the same? Must be a designer. So they call it intelligent design. We can learn a lot from their argument, but that's a limitation. What is the limitation? Can someone tell me? The limitation of idea of the intelligent design. The universe has designer. What's the limitation of that? Anybody? John?
They don't say that the designer is God.
Huh?
They don't specify that the designer is God.
Yeah, I didn't specify who is that in the guy who designed. Could be Allah, could be Buddha, could be anyone, okay? So they are limited there, all right? But the Bible tells us who, God did that, right? So I think I can stop here. Is that, how long is that?
It was 32 minutes.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. So I'm gonna stop here. Let's go into the breakout room. And if you have a question in your breakout room, you can bring it back, okay? All right.